All right, so if you've been following my channel, you know that I've been focusing on a lot of things lately, in particular GameStop and crypto. Those have been my two main targets, with a few other things sprinkled in. And so especially recently, I've been focusing a lot of my attention on GameStop. I just wanted to take this afternoon a little bit of time to focus on crypto and a goal that I have specifically set for myself to reach $1 million with an altcoin strategy by the end of this year. And so a little bit of background, I did get a decent amount of money last summer through the sale of my house. My wife and I and our kids, we moved states. We sold our house. We're renting now. We're getting a lay of the land where we live now to hopefully buy a house sometime soon. And so I had a lot of equity. I wanted to take that equity and not leave it in the bank as some kind of a melting ice cube, because that's what the US dollar is right now. I just thought it was foolish to do such a thing. So I decided I wanted to take that. I wanted to put it into investments. I did a lot more research into crypto and things like that. So I put a heavy amount of money of that money into crypto and a decent amount into stocks. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to be focusing on my crypto investments, and the return on those investments has been phenomenal so far. And so I'm taking a look at price predictions, at analyzing, every coin that I own, and trying to give an estimate of where I think by the end of this bull cycle, where I think these prices will be. And so this is an exercise that I did yesterday to see where I am, to see where I think I will be, and to see what I need to do now to get to this $1 million goal by the end of the year. And so starting out, Bitcoin and Ethereum. I got into Bitcoin. So I have been in crypto. Let me just back up. I've been in crypto since 2014, but having that money that I was able to invest, a big chunk of my money that I have put into crypto was invested last summer. And so immediately what I did is I put a lot of that money into Bitcoin when Bitcoin was under $10,000 a coin, and Ethereum. And so I gradually did it. I did, $1,000 here and there, $100 a day, etc., and got up to the point where now Bitcoin and Ethereum are about 80% of my portfolio. But here's the thing. I think that Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to, especially Bitcoin, that Bitcoin's going to go into insane prices this year. I mean, I'm on record saying that I think Bitcoin's going to hit $200,000, but altcoins, for the most part, I would say probably about 75% of altcoins are going to outperform Bitcoin from where they are now until their peaks. But with that being said, this is a safer move because Bitcoin will rise and it will go down, but the rise and crash in the altcoins will be much more severe. And so I don't want to try to time those things as much as Bitcoin in particular. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, 80% of my portfolio. From a crypto perspective, this is the safest play. Now, crypto in general is not necessarily safe, but at the same time, if you just buy and hold, if you have that mentality, then you're going to see phenomenal returns. And so my goal right now, especially with Bitcoin around $60,000 a coin, this has always been a mindset of any dollar that I invest into crypto. When Bitcoin is at $60,000, my intention is to focus more heavily on altcoins, because I could see Bitcoin getting to a point where maybe it goes up to $200,000. $60,000 is about my floor as to where it will retrace to. I don't think it'll hit $60,000. I think if it goes up to $200,000, that the correction isn't going to be as severe as 2017. But my mindset is $60,000 is the floor that I could see it going through in the bear market over the coming years. And so now I want to shift my focus to altcoins in order to increase my position in Bitcoin. And so again, 80% of my portfolio in Bitcoin and Ethereum. My intention at the end of this year is to sell all of my altcoins and convert that to stable coins and to convert that to Bitcoin. And why stable coins? Well, let's say I hit $1 million this year. I would like to put half of that into stable coins and get up to a 12% return on Celsius. And I mean, check it out. I think that's something that, $500,000, 12% return. That's $60,000 of passive income a year until, gearing up till the next bull market. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But let me share with you my altcoin portfolio right now because, just an exercise. Want to see how we're doing. And, oh, yeah, by the way, here's what I'm thinking as far as March 22nd, yesterday, Bitcoin, I predict that Bitcoin will, give or take 4x from March 22nd prices. I predict Ethereum will 6x. That puts it at about $10,000 based on yesterday's prices, a little over $10,000 a coin for Ethereum. An ETH, I should say. So that's my guess. That's probably middle of the range as far as price predictions are concerned. It's nothing too aggressive. But here we go. BNB. BNB is the third largest coin by market cap. I got very lucky with BNB. I have 28% staking, which I love. It only takes a week to get unstaked. I love that. I don't think necessarily that BNB is going to have a huge pump from right now, especially because when I got into BNB, from when I got into now, we've already seen a 10x. And that is amazing for a coin that's the third largest coin by market cap. But I love BNB's platform. I am hopeful that I can hold BNB, that I'm not going to try to time the peak because, yeah, we'll have peaks along with the rest of the cryptos. But I do see this potentially as something that's not going to have this huge peak and then crash to extraordinary amounts. If you look at BNB over the last few years, you'll see that they peaked in 2019 at one point. And that was right in the middle of the bear market for Bitcoin. And for BNB to peak in 2019, I think that's pretty phenomenal. So I'm bullish on BNB. I do predict, a 5x from March 22nd prices. I think that might be too aggressive, honestly. I think that we'll see about maybe $1,000, $1,000 to $1,200 for BNB. And so this is the next largest portion of my portfolio. After that, I have Atom, Cosmos, Atom. I have 385 of those, 23rd in market cap. I predict a 7x from here. I was fortunate to get in with Atom. Let's see, Atom has, since I got in December, Atom has 5x or so, something like that. And so this is something that, I'm getting staking. I'm getting about $60 a month at today's prices of Atom. Just for my staking. I love it. And so great, I'm happy with that, but I'll probably be looking to exit this at some point at the end of this bull run, maybe September, October, November, something like that. Now here are the rest of my coins. I'm not going to talk necessarily about each one. It's just, here's what I have. I have some Polkadot. I would love to buy more. This is actually a pegged Polkadot token because I couldn't find a good way to actually buy actual Polkadot. And so I don't have a ton of it. 38 Polkadot. Cardano, I have 796.12. Polkadot and Cardano, I am big believers in them long term. I believe if we were to see only 10 cryptos survive over the next 20 years, Polkadot and Cardano will be there at the end. Now, Maker, I don't have a ton of Maker, but Maker is deflationary. It's like Bitcoin. There will only ever be 1 million Maker in existence. In comparison to Bitcoin, there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin in existence. Polkadot, I expect to 8x from here. Cardano, 8x. I expect Maker to go up to 12x from here. Last I checked, Maker was about $2,000 a coin. And, you're going to see big prices with something that there's only 1 million of existence in. Algorand, I think, is another one that I'm really bullish on. I see a 10x from here. I have 432.3 Algorand, 1,203 XLM, Stellar Lumens. I think that could 15x from here. Polygon, 1,200, almost exactly the same amount as Stellar Lumens. The reason why is I put $1,500 into both of them. I think they were both around 41 cents per coin. And I think they've actually both gone down since I bought them. But what I used my stimulus money and put some into XLM, into Polygon, into Matic. The reason why is I've heard great things about them. I know people who are extremely bullish on Stellar Lumens, that they see a 15x as like the absolute floor, and that I am being way too bearish on this. And I'm going to give some thoughts on that in a second for all of these predictions. District 0x DNT. I'll be honest with you. This is what happens when when you get funny money, I looked at on Coinbase what is the lowest market cap coin I could buy, and District 0x was the winner. So why not put $500 towards that? And you may make fun of me, you may think whatever, but I mean honestly, let me get to Dogecoin. It's ridiculous. I do all this research, and then the thing that I least expect to perform well ends up performing well. And let me tell you, with my stimulus money, the amount of money I've put into it, District 0x, DNT, has outperformed everything, and I know nothing about it, because that's how this goes. Okay, so who knows? Maybe it'll 15x from here. 3x long Bitcoin token, that is available on Binance's platform. I love it. It has very much outperformed Bitcoin. There are risks involved. When Bitcoin goes up, it doesn't necessarily go up 3x, but when Bitcoin crashes or corrects, it goes down further than 3x. But at the same time, the rate of return in a bull market is phenomenal. It's better than actual Bitcoin. And so I expect 3x long Bitcoin token to 10x from here, something like that. Hex, I have 39,901.38 Hex. Hex is extremely small cap. About 3 months ago, I would have expected Hex to 100x. It really has been trading flat since then. So now I'm a little bit more bearish. I think 25x. I just today staked that at 40% for the next 5 years. I'm just going to let it ride, or for the next 4 years. I'm letting it ride until the next bull run, and then it will unstake sometime in March of 2025. I expect phenomenal returns for the Hex that I have, and I'm just going to let it ride through the bull and the bear run, and I do expect it to exist in 2025 and to be just fine in 2025. Dogecoin, now here's the frustrating thing about all of this. Dogecoin is a joke, and yes, I have some Dogecoin. I have 36,151 Dogecoin. I could see it 10xing from here, going from 5 cents to about 50 cents or 55 cents, something like that. Now, this is what's driving me crazy about all of this. Dogecoin has outperformed every other coin that I have invested in. I got into Dogecoin. I put $50 into Dogecoin when it was 0.3 cents. And it got up to 8 cents. And I'm like, what in the world is happening right now? But this is how it works, right? Dogecoin. It's ridiculous, but my best return, and then I put in a little bit more over time. My best return has been Dogecoin, which was literally created as a joke. And I don't get it. Aside from the fact that there's a community behind Dogecoin. They like it. They like the fact that it's a joke. They like the fact that it's a meme. Memes are hot right now. I mean, they've been hot for the last decade, but memes are hot right now. And so Dogecoin has outperformed everything else that I've bought. And if I put all of my money into Dogecoin, I would be much richer right now. But I mean, really, am I going to do that? No. I mean, I would, if I could go back in time, I probably would still not do that. But from here, we'll see. Maybe 10x. I have a little bit of Litecoin, $1,200 or so worth of Litecoin. We'll see. 5x from here. I'm not a big believer in Litecoin, but whatever. I have some Litecoin. So looking at all that, here's what I think is going to happen. I think I'm going to be way off on about a quarter of these. And well, no, actually, I think I'm going to be way off on most of these things. Some of these will not increase all that much from here. They will underperform Bitcoin. If you see my projections here, all of these are projected, in my opinion, to outperform Bitcoin. But I think what's going to end up happening is that maybe a quarter of these will not outperform Bitcoin, and 75% of them will outperform Bitcoin. And the ones that do outperform Bitcoin from where they are now to their peaks will outperform Bitcoin by much more than my projections here. I'm looking at you, XLM. I'm looking at you, Algorand. Cardano has for sure potential to increase from here. And so we'll see. Maybe this thing that I know nothing about, District 0x, will be my biggest winner. We'll see. But let's just keep these numbers in mind. If I'm right about these numbers, here is where I will be from now until the peaks. $896,145.34. I mean, some of you math geeks, if you want to look at, you can figure out exactly how much of my portfolio is in everything. Whatever. You want to do that, fine. I don't care. But if I'm right about these things, from now until the peaks, I will be at a little under $900,000. Now, with that being said, I can't time the peaks. You know I can't time the peaks. And so my hope is that, again, with these coins here, that some of these will 100x we'll see, that maybe I'll get lucky and hit 100x, maybe, and that will cover the underperforming coins. And so maybe somehow I'll be higher than 896,000. All I know is that I'm going to get pretty aggressive with my selling if and when I hit $1 million with my tokens here. Obviously not Bitcoin. I won't be selling that. But I mean, ETH at 10,000, that's going to be looking pretty attractive, a pretty attractive selling point for me. Maybe I'll start exiting at 9,000. We'll see. My hope is just to increase my Bitcoin position for the next bull run. I mean, really, I'm thinking 5-10 years in advance. And so, I think Bitcoin's going to hit $1 million this decade. I think a lot of these other coins that, some of them are going to be worth zero in a decade. And so these are short-term plays for just for me to acquire more Bitcoin. And so here I am. Let's just say that I'm exactly right, that I'm at $900,000 by the end of the year. And let's just assume I'm kind of addicted to buying crypto right now. I need to just chill out. It's becoming a bit of a problem, but I have money to invest. Thanks Biden, thanks Trump. It's a bipartisan effort here. I have money to invest. I have tax return coming. I have other things, so what do I do? But let's just say I have $1,000 left to invest. I need to hit a home run. I need to hit something that's essentially a 100x. And so here's where I am. And I've come to the conclusion as to what I am willing to either strike out or hit a home run. And this is where I have landed. Poodle Token. Oh my goodness, Poodle Token. What do I say about Poodle Token? I mean, first of all, look at all these zeros here, and I like to see some zeros if something, I want to hit a home run. And so Poodle, let's see if we have a chart here. Oh, loading data. Will this data load? Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. So Poodle Token is very new. It's very new. It's existed. Wow, I didn't even realize. All right, so Poodle has only existed for a week, or it's been trading for a week. So here we go. That makes sense to me. Here's the thing that I like about this. I'm early. And how early am I? Well, let me tell you. Standard frictionless yield generating contract with over 5,000 holders. So I was one of the first 5,000. When I bought Poodle, this site said with over 4,000 holders. And so, we're talking about only thousands of holders. I bought in at about 0.00000016. And so, and I bought that yesterday, and look at my returns so far. And, there are things that I really, really actually like about this token. It's not like I went blind like that District 015 thing. It's actually, I've done some research about this, and I like it. And so here's what I'm seeing with Poodle. They're doing some aggressive things here. I'm liking this, community building, Gecko listing, coin market cap listing. The people behind this are doing things, the WhiteBit listing. I'm really excited about this because right now, if you were to buy Poodle, there are pretty heavy Ethereum gas fees. It's built on the Ethereum platform, and the gas fees are painful, but I sucked it up and I went through the gas fees and I just did it. And so, but when it gets to WhiteBit, those gas fees, there are no gas fees for buying on WhiteBit. So I expect this price to go up pretty heavily on WhiteBit. There's some other things here. There's things coming. I wanted to hit something early, and Poodle just looked really attractive to me. Let's see what else. And if you want to see how much Poodle I own, let me actually just go to that real quick. I'm MetaMask. All right, I'm on MetaMask. There's nothing here that you can see that will you'll be able to steal anything from me. But look at that: 4,326,300. Do you see that change? Now 390,978.902 Poodle. There's a reason why that's increasing, and I'll tell you that in a second. So that's how much I am a proud owner of 4.3 billion Poodle tokens. And here we go. Tokenomics. Poodle is an ERC20 token based on Ethereum blockchain. Poodle had keyword past tense 100 trillion tokens as an original supply. No new token can be minted. Now I want to highlight that because that's actually attractive to me. Believe it or not, that is attractive to me. It's deflationary. And you compare that to Dogecoin. Here's the thing about Dogecoin that I don't understand. I don't like it. Is that 10,000 new Dogecoins are minted a minute. A minute. And that's happening into perpetuity. Whereas Poodle, which, yes, it is a meme coin, but they're trying to build the same kind of community that exists with Dogecoin, and I think it's possible. But here we go. 95% of the liquidity is locked. 1% of every transaction is permanently burned. So I bought 4 billion Poodle coins yesterday. 1% of that was burned. So 40 million of this 100 trillion, based on my purchase yesterday, was permanently burned. It doesn't exist anymore. And 1% of every transaction is automatically redistributed to all holders of Poodle token, depending on the amount that they have. I like that. And so you saw this change. As I was highlighting to you how much Poodle I owned. When I bought this, it was 4,321,000,000 Poodle, and this was yesterday, less than 24 hours ago. Now it's 4,326,000,000 Poodle. Now I'm trying to do the math. I've done the math in my head. Essentially, I'm getting about a 50% return in Poodle on my investment every year. And, if I decide to hold this forever, that's essentially what's going to happen here, is that I will have 50% more Poodle a year from now than I do now. So I'll be at 6 billion Poodle. Now, I mean, who knows? Who knows? Maybe the volume will increase because, again, we're early. And volume is set to increase, and that's only a benefit for me. And Poodle is rising as we're speaking. And so what else? I mean, there's other things with this that I'm really liking. I like that I'm early. I like that it's deflationary, contrary to Dogecoin. And the question that I'm really wanting to ask myself now is, will this exist the next bull run? I think so. I really do. And this video doesn't give me enough time to explain why. I just think, yes, this will exist 4 years from now. And so what does that mean? I mean, that just means that the potential for these zeros to be erased, for this 2 to be maybe here in the cent. If this goes up to a penny, my Poodle will be worth $4 million. Over $4 million. I don't expect that to, by no means do I expect that to happen this bull run. But do I see the potential for my Poodle to go from 1,000 to 1,000,000? Or from 700 to 700,000 or to 70,000? Yes, I do. Everything I'm seeing based on the research I've done, I think 30x is minimum, and 100x is like, yeah, that's where my wildest dreams will come true. And I don't have $1,000 left to invest, and so maybe when this gets on WhiteBit, maybe when it gets on WhiteBit and I don't have to worry about those gas fees, maybe I'll put more money into it. And so where I would see a 30x turn into $100,000. I don't know. I'm still thinking about this. If any of you are invested in Poodle or if you've done your research on this, I love that I'm early. I love that it's deflationary. I love what do I say? I mean, just the potential for this to go broader from here, the potential for Q3 things to increase the price, for these Q4 things to increase the price, for my mindset to be one where I focus not just on this bull run, but on the next cycle. There's just things about this that I'm in. And the big thing that's going to drive this is community belief. And if you think that's not a good enough reason for you to buy, well, do you have any Dogecoin? Because people seem to love Dogecoin, and Dogecoin is literally a joke. I mean, that's no offense. That's absolutely no offense to those who created it, because they created it as a joke. This, to me, is more serious than Dogecoin. And so we'll see. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm just absolutely crazy. But let's throw this out, because again, Dogecoin is my top performer this year. So maybe Poodle will perform Dogecoin. We'll see. But, if you don't want to listen to me anymore because I am putting $1,000 towards a meme coin, look, I can afford to put $1,000 into a meme coin. I can. And if I lose everything, if it's a coin flip, I mean, here's my mindset. Maybe it's 50-50. Maybe it's 50-50 that this will go to 0 or it'll go 1,000x. I like my chances. I think 50-50 going from either 0 or 1,000x is a worthy thing. If I were to find 10 coins, and it was 50-50 that it would go to 0 or 1,000x, those odds would be phenomenal. And so I'll take that. So anyway, that is it for today. Thank you for bearing with me. I'm really excited about Poodle. It just keeps going up. And it's already given me my gas fees back. I'm getting more and more Poodle just by people buying and selling, and I like it. Oh, and look at this. Right now, there's 89 trillion left of 100 trillion. So 10% of all tokens have already been burned. I like that. I like it. So we'll see. We will see where we go from here. But let me know, even if you want to say I'm crazy, let me know what you think in the comment section. And as always, have a great rest of your day, a prosperous day, prosperous week, prosperous 2021. Be blessed. Peace.